Hello, my name is Evolve Benton, the Speaking for Profit strategist, and today we're talking a little bit about how to turn your signature talk into an amazing online course. And we are going to actually do a demonstration, and I'm going to show you one of my favorite tools that I currently utilize for this, which is Poppy AI. I actually learned about this tool through one of my favorite creators, Nikki Saunders. And Nikki shared it with us a few weeks. I've been using it and it's been amazing. So I'm going to utilize one of my signature talks to walk you through this framework. But before we get into that, I just want to share why I believe digital products are so important. And do me a favor, if you're watching live, just going to put live into the comments. If you're watching in the near and dear future, put replay. And then share with me in the comments of this video, whether you're watching on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook, what part of the world are you watching from? Because it's always good to go back and see how far this information has gone out into the world. So digital products, when it comes to being a speaker and a consultant, gives us a way of making money from anywhere, making money in our sleep, but also being able to impact more people. As you know, one of your highest commodities as a public speaker and a consultant is going to be your time. And at some point, when I'm working with clients in Speaking for Profit Academy and they're scaling to six figures, they get to a point where they don't have enough time in order to receive more money, right? And they get tired. They're traveling. Even if you're doing virtual presentations, it's something that is taking a lot out of you. So this gives you an opportunity to have another stream of income and also to impact a larger audience, because maybe the audience you want to impact or have more conversations with is not at that event that you're going to be at or at that conference. Or maybe you have a B2B, which is business to business offer when it comes to being a speaker and consultant, and you want to create something as a digital product that supports you with more connecting with customers. So the average range that folks can make from digital products can be anywhere between $100 to $100,000 a month, depending on what kind of system you have built and what kind of audience you have in your funnel. How many people do you have attention? How many followers do you have? How many people do you have on your email list? And how often are you marketing it? So today we're not going to get into the marketing side of it, but I do want to show you how to utilize this AI tool and your signature talk to create an outline and a framework for your online course to make this a little bit easier, because we don't want you to have a digital product where you're talking about a trucking business when your signature talk is around leadership. We want it to be somewhere where it connects so that your offers make sense. So that's the first thing. The other thing is that this can be used in your offer suite. So if you have, I often say we should have three different products as a speaker and a consultant. One, we're going to have a core offer, our talk, something that we go in and we speak to organizations about. That can be a keynote presentation. It could be a workshop, something that you're facilitating. Maybe it takes anywhere between 60 to 90 minutes or 15 minutes if you're doing more of a speech, your core offer. Then you want to have an extended offer. Maybe it's retention. Maybe you go in once a month and you support an organization and you're on a retainer. Maybe you go in twice a year, once a quarter. Maybe it's something where you support an organization at a 2-day event or a conference or a retreat. That would be a higher ticket offer, right? If your core offer is around 3 to 10,000, maybe that's somewhere anywhere between 20 to 200,000 or even more, right? When you're doing the larger offer. But what often folks forget about is having a digital product for people to just click when they really enjoy the reels that you're posting or the YouTubes or the vlogs, for them just be able to click that link and purchase something from you that is connected to your offer suite. And that's where your digital product comes in. Digital product can be self-paced. It can also be accompanied with coaching if that's something that you want to include as well. And the digital products that I've supported my clients in making have been workbooks, care plans, master classes, group coaching programs, one-on-one coaching, right? But they have a digital product aspect to it. So some of that's self-paced courses, or other material that you're using your IP for. So I'm going to show you Poppy AI because I'm excited about this product. And I see some folks are here. We got Washington, D.C., we got New York. All right, cool. Got a little East Coast vibe, which will be great. Dora, welcome to the space. Olu, I'm glad you could make it. So I'm going to show you Poppy AI and how I plan on using it when it comes to signature talks. So I have a talk and I'm going to walk you through. So bear with me. I am new to using Poppy, but I'm pretty good with AI at this point. So I'll take you a little bit behind the scenes to my homework first, and then I'll show you how to build out a Poppy board. And if you're interested in Poppy, I'll also give you my affiliate link, which will give you 25% off if you want to get started with Poppy today. So that's my gift for you by the end of today's presentation, if you're able to stick around and see the presentation. So one of the first things that I did, and I'm going to go over to Claude AI. I know some of you use Gemini, some of you use Claude, some of you might be using ChatGPT, whichever one you use. I went over to that platform and let me share my screen. And the question that I asked Claude was, I wanted them to give me 10 prompts. Let me make this a little bit bigger, make sure I can see it. 10 AI prompts that will help me turn my signature talk into a digital product. And the reason I did this was I was like, okay, I want to utilize AI through the whole experience. So I even wanted to give me the prompts that I can utilize when I'm building out my Poppy board to be able to create this digital product. So the prompts that it gave me, I'm just going to read a couple of them. Break down my signature talk into 5 to 7 core modules that conform the foundation of an online course. Help me create a workbook companion for my signature talk. I want to turn my signature talk into a self-paced course email. Create a blueprint for transforming my signature talk into a digital membership site. Based on my signature talk, help me outline a detailed ebook that expands on my key points. Design a 30-day challenge based on the principles in my signature talk. And transform the key frameworks for my signature talk into digital templates. So they give you a few different ones that we could utilize. What I'm going to utilize is the first 3, because I think the first 3 are really great. It could break down some core modules for us, and we can see how that works out. I always love to have some type of companion tip sheet or workbook that goes along with the product. And then having an email self-paced version of the course that kind of corresponds with that can support it because it's self-paced. What we see is that when it comes to self-paced courses, oftentimes people don't finish them. And I believe it's because they don't have that accountability. But I think that this self-paced email course going along with the modules could support us in building that out. So those will be the 3 prompts that we use. If you're interested in getting all 10 of these prompts, I'm going to put them in the Profitable Speaker Circle and in Speaking for Profit Academy if you're already a member. If you're not a member, then I will invite you to join us in one of those communities so that you can get access to these prompts. So now I want to take you over to Poppy so that we can get started with our board. So the way that Poppy works in particular is that you start off with a clear and clean board that you can build on, and you can add assets into Poppy from various different places. So before we add the assets in that I'm going to add in today that we'll be building from, I just want to take you through how to use it, right? So first up here, see this amazing little rose termite. That's the name of this interesting organism here. We're going to rename this, right? Because this is the name of our board. So we're going to name this Signature Talk Course Framework. I always want to name my boards and information so that we can stay organized. So you can rename that. You can enter information into Poppy in various different ways. So you could speak into Poppy. I could speak directly in and start recording. You can upload images if you would like, right, into Poppy. You can also do YouTube videos, which we'll utilize today to be able to support us in building out our framework. You can utilize TikToks. So let's say you have a lot of TikTok videos that you want to utilize and bring in, or maybe there's a framework. Maybe you really like the way a particular TikToker or artist on TikTok speaks, and you want to utilize a similar framework. You can pull that as well. Instagram, of course, text, and this includes typing text. Like if you have text that you might want to copy and paste in, or that you're using on your own notes or your own book or own IP and information. AI chat, which is what we'll utilize today. So this is similar to Claude or ChatGPT. It's a chat that you can speak into. Websites, you can bring in your own websites as well. Documents, so PDFs, you can bring in, or even Word documents. And then we have groups. Groups help us to put things together if we want to create different groups on our board. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to create a group so that we can bring in the assets that we want to pull from when we're creating our online course. So if we go to group, we'll create that group right there. And then we're going to rename the group, and we're just going to name it Boy Talk, or Boy Signature Talk Information, right? That'll be the name of the group. So one of the first things I want to pull is going to be my actual signature talk, which is a poem that I wrote a while back called Boy. We're going to use that as an example. I was going to use one of my clients' information, but I felt that when we talked about it, there wasn't enthusiastic consent. And I believe in it being enthusiastic when a person is utilizing your information. So I'm going to utilize my own information. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just going over to my YouTube channel. This is my personal YouTube channel. And I'm going to grab the Boy video. So I'm going to grab the link here, copy it, and then I'm going to go back over to my board and I'm going to put it there. All I have to do is, let me see, paste it, and then put it in the group. So now it has access to this and it can pull information from here, which is great. Now, I wanted to pull some more information because this is just the poem, but when it comes to Boy, we have the poem, we have a documentary where we talk about it. So actually, I'm going to go back over to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to also grab the trailer of the Boy doc, which is the film connected to this poem. So I'm going to grab that, and then I'm going to go back over to Poppy and going to paste it as well. See if I grabbed that link correctly. I might have. Okay, there we go. I did. So we're going to put this in here as well. So if we want to make it a little bit wider, make it wider, zoom out, and then we'll move this over and make our group a little bit bigger, right? So now we have the film, we have that in there, which is a nice amount of information. The only other thing I want to pull is we do have on our website, and I say we, but I am a party of one when it comes to this particular talk, but I have an amazing team that always supports me. I want to go over to my website as well and grab some information. So this is my current website, and I'm going to go over to Boy Documentary, because this is what we utilize when we are sharing more information about the talk. And what I'm going to do is, instead of grabbing the website, the thing about grabbing the website is it only gathers a certain amount of information. So I'm just going to simply copy and paste this and put this into text format. So we'll copy this. We've got some testimonials here, which are great. We'll just copy all this information. Wait, let me go back up. Did I get it all? Okay, great. Copy that. And then we're going to go back over to Poppy. We'll go to get the text box. And then we're just going to paste that into the text box. So we have that information as well, right? So all this information is grouped for when we bring up our chat, which we're about to do, and we start to put in the prompts and ask questions, right? So let's bring up the chat. This is the AI chat that comes with Poppy. And what I'll do for folks who are watching and you're getting down with this and you feel like this could be helpful for your own business, you can go on and check out Poppy. I'll put the banner up for you so you can see that information on how to get access to it. So you see that banner running at the bottom of my page. That's how you get started with Poppy. You just go over to that get started with poppy.ai/evolve. That's the best way to do it. And then eventually I'll grab the link and put in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, it'll be in the description as well, so you can check it out. So now we've gathered all of our assets, right? Which is great. So I want to try a couple of things just to see how Poppy works for us. I want to try to speak into Poppy and see how that works as we utilize the AI chat. So I'm going to press here and see if it'll let us speak in. It's asking me for permission. Okay, great. With microphone in use. Okay. So let's see if we can say. So before I go into that, let me share this with y'all. Let me zoom in a little bit so y'all can see this. So the way Poppy works is by credits. So you see I have 3,000 credits I can use in a month. And every first of the month, the credits add back up. They do have already on here, so you don't have to have these not social media, AI platforms. They're already connected to Poppy, but they have Claude, they have O3 Mini, GPT 4.0, Grok, and then GPT Mini. The higher ones are going to be Claude. I've only been utilizing Claude. I haven't utilized these other ones, but I'm sure I will eventually. But it's been the most helpful for me. I really enjoy Claude. So we're going to utilize Claude. Let me just back up a little bit so we can still see the full board. And I'm going to speak into it and say, I'm trying to put together an online course and would love your support with using the information in the Boy Signature Talk information group, and just see what that does. Hey, I am building an online course currently with the information from the Boy Signature Talk information group, and I would like to get an outline for a potential course. Thank you. Let's see if it spoke into it. Might be a little bit weird because I don't know if my correct mic is connected. So let's try it here. We're just trying stuff out, y'all. This is literally how I learn AI, is by practicing. And if that doesn't work, testing. Let's see. It doesn't seem like that's working the right way. So let's try to speak into it this way. I am working on an online course to create with my signature talk, Boy, and my film trailer, Boy. This talk is a signature and is a talk that is based off of a film. I've included the trailer to the film and information on how people have utilized the film and programming in the past. I would like to create a short digital product, and I need your support. Thank you. All right, we've done that. Okay, it's giving us the recording. Okay, it says error transcribing audio, which is fine. It might just be picking me up, maybe muffled. So what we'll do is we'll just include that into the group because it's more information. I think the error is probably coming up because I'm going live and I'm trying to do this. So that's some feedback that I'll give back to folks. But that's an example of how you could use it to speak into it. And we'll see how that will help us as we put together our online course. So now we've got our group, right? Which is great. Now we want to grab some of those prompts that I was telling you about. So I'm going to grab the first one and see what information it gives us based off of our group. We'll go over here, put it in. And this one is break down my signature talk. So we're going to take these quotes out and we're going to include from boy signature talk information into 5 core modules that could form the foundation for an online course. For each module, identify key learning objectives and potential exercises. So we're going to see what information it gives us based off of that. Now, one thing that you might have seen me do was I drew a line between here and there. And that's because if we want the AI chat assistant to use Poppy and use the group that we created, we have to connect it. If we didn't want it to use that and we wanted to just use the AI chat to maybe gather more information to put into our group to use for our further chat assistant, then we would just press an X here and then it disconnects it, right? But we want to use it, so we're going to keep it connected. Let's see what they give us. And then I'll go through it once it finishes. All right, it's giving us some nice amount of stuff, what I can see thus far. If this is helpful for you and maybe you're thinking about a signature talk that you can turn into a course, just put the word love in the chat or love in the comments. I just want to know if this is helpful information for you. So what we've done is we've included that information, and what they've given us is boy signature talk course module breakdown. Based on the boy signature talk information, here's a structured breakdown of 5 core modules that could form the foundation of an online course exploring LGBT experience within the African diaspora, which is what the film is about and what the poem is about. So module 1, understanding identity and intersection at the intersection. Learning objectives, explore the concept of intersectionality as it relates to the LGBT individuals in African diaspora, examine how gender expression varies across cultures and contexts. And then it also gives us potential exercises, personal reflection journal, analysis of key scenes from the boy doc, create a visual representation of how different aspects of identity interact, right? So it's given us different modules. We've got 7 altogether. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to review them all, but this is really well done already. And for many of you, when you're trying to create a digital product, the idea is usually not the hard thing, right? Like the idea is kind of easy to come up with, but this gives you an idea that can connect to the actual talk that you have already presented. So now that we've got these modules, our second prompt that we wanted to bring in was around the workbook. So let's bring that in as it relates to this and see what information Claude is able to give us. So if we put this in, the prompt is, help me create a workbook companion for my signature talk. Right, and they already know what the signature talk is, so we can just delete that. What are the 10 most powerful exercises or reflection questions that could help audience implement ideas? So we'll see what they give us for that. And I think these are just great prompts. I don't think we utilize AI enough to support us with the prompts, and that's why sometimes we may not get the information we want, but never be afraid to ask AI to come up with prompts for you to utilize, and then you could just adjust them as you go. This is giving us some great exercises. Okay, so let's see what it gave us. Let's scroll all the way back up to the top. So identity mapping, this is a great exercise that I've done before with folks when it comes to identity, right? Draw a circle in the center of the page with your name, creating branches, extending outward representation, different aspects of your identity. Cultural inheritance inventory, which could be interesting. A safe space visualization exercise. A narrative reclamation, to practice owning and telling your own story on your terms. I love this. This is probably something I would definitely use because I'm a poet. Community constellation, the map supportive relationships and identities areas for community building. Language evolution journal, really cool. Embodiment practice. So you could utilize this, right? In each module, there could be an exercise at the end of it that goes along with the workbook that you create as well. So I love this because we're talking about creating a workbook as well that could be connected to it, which will support us with people finishing the course and with retention. So that is our second prompt to give us more information. And then let's see our third one, right? Which is about creating an email. So we'll put that in. It says, I want to turn my signature talk into a self-paced email course. Help me outline a 7-day sequence that breaks down the core concepts, includes action steps. And we'll say, based on the information above and the group boy signature talk information. So we want this all to be connected. Let's see what they give us. Okay, great. So like look what they're doing here. Introduction to identity, welcome to your journey, welcome message introducing the boy doc and its exploration, brief overview of intersectionality, introduction to the concept of gender, short clip or quote from the boy doc trailer about identity and fluidity, and then some action steps that they can complete, the identity mapping that they came up with, and a reflective prompt, right? So this is helpful because when you're building an online course, you can have folks complete this and then go into the course to do it. So we could kind of probably like hyperlink these exercises in the course to bring people back in after they purchase. So what we would do on the back end is someone would purchase it, and then we would have a trigger set up that would start to send out the 7 days of emails to make sure that they got the action steps completed. And then what's really cool, in one of my favorite platforms, Kajabi, you can say, oh, if the person doesn't open this email, send another trigger. So you can kind of send folks another reminder as well to make sure that they make it through the course. So this gives us good information, but it didn't really write the emails. And I want to see if it will write the emails for us. So let's give it that prompt. Can you please write the emails for me? All right, it's starting to write those emails, y'all. Day one even gives us our subject, right? Welcome to your journey, understand the intersection of identity. Dear name, I probably would say hey, but we could change that up. Welcome to the Boy Signature Talk email course. I'm thrilled. We'll probably want to change that name. I'm thrilled that you've chosen to join the 7-day journey, exploring the rich, complex experience of LGBT individuals within the African diaspora, right? And then it gives us like a literal emails that we can send out every day. And we would just kind of go in and edit based off of our needs, right? And you can narrow this down. Like a lot of people just would take this and copy and paste, but we can definitely make this information and add in more prompts to support us with this as well, right? To make it a little bit easier for the reader and for it to be in our voice so that folks understand that. So one of the things I want to do is name the course. So let me see. Give me a few unique names for the course. See if it'll give us a few names that we can utilize besides Boy Signature Talk course, because that's not really what we want. Okay, gave us a few different names. Let's see the names. It gave us Intersections, Navigating the Crossroads of Identity in African Diaspora, Beyond Binaries, The Boy Journey to Authentic Expression, Fluid and Fearless, Embracing Gender Expression Across Cultures. And then it kind of breaks it down like this is based off of identity focused name. They have culturally heritage names, transformation focus, poetic names, right? Because I am a poet. And they're picking that up that was a poem, community focused names, right? So it gives you a bunch of names that you could also utilize. What I love to do when it comes to names is pick out the ones that really resonate with me and then share them in a poll to my audience to see what resonates with them as well, which is really cool. So I like this. I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, great. So this is how I would build this information out. Now, the next step, let's scroll up. If we were to utilize this information, right? Because even when they gave us the course modules, they gave us things that we could talk about. But I probably would say, based on module 1, understanding identity at the intersection, give me a script I can use for a video lesson, right? Because we want to be able to either do video lessons or potentially, if you wanted to be a text course, that's great. But I think as speakers and consultants, people need to hear our voices. So we'll put that in, see what it gives us. Scroll all the way down. Look, it's giving us a whole script that we can use based off of that. It's even giving us like, inserts where we can put in things, clips, so we can give that to our editors or maybe do it ourselves if we're editing video, right? So this is powerful, y'all. Like literally you could create your own online course with this and just keep narrowing it down with more information. So this is why I love Poppy, and I wanted to show this with y'all. So the main thing that you usually need with Poppy is like your IP, right? That's going to be the signature talk itself, maybe a little bit more information about the talk. If you have past proposals you've put in, you could put that here. Of course, I put my trailer. I gave them a little bit of a transcription. And then you just really speak into Poppy, and you can create so many different things. So I'm also created some YouTube video scripts on here. I've created some sales proposals, taken like the transcripts from sales proposals and created it. But today we're really talking about if you have a signature talk, how to turn it into another framework. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you see at the bottom of the screen, I've put in where you all can get access to Poppy, but I'll also refer you. So I refer you, you get $25 and off, and then on the back end, they give me a kickback. And what I'll do is I'll put the link for this into the chat as well, so that you can see that information just in case you need that support too. So that's in there. At the bottom, you can see that that's how you can get started with Poppy if you want to go over there. Now, one of the things that I'm going to be doing, y'all, is at the end of this month, we're going to do a 10-day sprint where I'm going to break down how to utilize my favorite platform, Kajabi, to build out your own online course. So if you're interested and you know that you want to build out your own online course or digital product, I would suggest joining that sprint. And in order to join that sprint, what I want you to do is, and let me put this information in the banner so it could be helpful for you, but I want you to text the word S for P to 323-405-9492. And what we'll do is we'll send you over the information so that you can sign up for the sprint and get involved with that as well. And if you are already on my email list, you'll get more information about it. But literally for 10 days, I'm going to drop 10 different videos to showcase to you how you can turn your frameworks as a speaker into different digital products. So we'll focus on online courses. I'm going to do one around paid masterclasses. We'll also focus on one for ebooks. And then the other days are going to just be strategies on how to set up your online business to be successful. So we'll talk about everything from building out landing pages to email marketing and some of the other things that I think are really great with Kajabi. The reason I'm doing this in the month of April is April is the creator economy month. And the creator economy means that you are selling your opinion, your expertise, your knowledge in a creative way through digital products and online products. So we're celebrating the creator economy this month, and April 21st is actually Creator Economy Day at Kajabi. So they're going to have a special offer for folks who want to join the creator economy to help you do it a little bit easier. And I'll talk more about that offer during that time. But I wanted to share this information with you because anytime I learn about a new tool that I think could be extremely useful, I'm always going to send it to you and give you that information first. So I'll keep you up to date on how Poppy advances and the various ways that I'm able to utilize it and be successful. And I hope that if you decide to utilize it, you'll share it as well. right? Sharing is caring, and it allows all of us to grow. So I hope that this was a helpful training, able to break down how to take the information that you already have, a signature talk, and put it into an actual framework for an online course. So now that we've done that, right, before we go, I know that some of you might want the prompts, some of you might want access to the free play, and some of you might have questions. You might be thinking to yourself, like, this was great and that training was good, but I have questions. I want a little bit more information. So if you do want more information, I am going to suggest that you join our school community, and I will share that with you. So let me bring this back up so I can share my screen. We have a school community. It's called the Profitable Speaker Circle. Within this community, as you could see, we're live right now doing this training that you are given access to. But we also have several events. This upcoming Friday, we're doing an open mic that folks can attend and practice their speech. Next week on the 18th, we have our monthly Q&A where I'll come through and answer questions if you need support. And then we do have our 10-day sprint here, right? That starts on the 21st. So if you want access to the circle, I think it's a great space to kind of get started and to get that support you need to become a profitable speaker and to monetize your message. We also have a classroom where we have a crafting your signature talk course, a place to discover public speaking, right? So how you can get paid to speak at conferences and other events around the world. We also have a speaking fee calculator that you can use as well. We have a 5-day challenge that you can take, a master class, a training on creating content and how to send out cold emails, and even some more AI trainings like on how to use ChatGPT. So it's a really amazing community. Our goal is to continue to grow it. And our goal is that it'll be one of the most diverse communities that we have for public speakers. Because as you all know, I'm just going to copy the link here so I can put it into the chat for you all. But as you all know, the speaking industry isn't the most diverse space. So that's what we're building here at the Profitable Speaker Circle. Would love for you to join. So I'll put the link for that into the comments as well for you. And if you need more information on that, just comment circle wherever you're watching, and we can also send that over to you as well so that you can join it. But would love to see you in the space and to be able to support you. So thank y'all so much for being here, for learning. And my goal for you for today is for you to implement. So do me a favor, put into the comments of this video, what are you planning on implementing right away? What is something that you plan on taking from this video and implementing in your business in the next 2 weeks, right? Because information is great, but in order for us to really build something that's profitable, we have to actually implement. That's the only way we're going to be successful. Thank y'all so much for being here. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. It allows us to continue to grow our impact. I appreciate you. And until next time, peace.